It was just one of those days at work where I thought to myself, I really don't want to be here today. Welcome to Matt's Profit Pursuit. I'm Matt. I'm a part-time reseller who sources at the Goodwill bins, also known as a Goodwill outlet, where you buy items by the pound. And I sell on eBay, and I like to make what sold videos so you see what's selling right now on eBay, and I break down each sale to see exactly how much is made after fees, cost of goods, shipping, and taxes are taken out. Got 11 orders going out today for sure, and 2 more pending. Let's see what sold. Sold this studded, like Western cowgirl belt. It's a Christine Alexander. I paid 95 cents for this belt, and it sold for $17.50 plus shipping. The buyer is all in at $24.19, and after fees and shipping, I get $14.13. Sold this pair of NYDJ tummy tuck jeans. This was one of the sales that was pending. I paid $2.30 for these, and they sold for $10.44 plus shipping. The buyer is all in at $19.44, and after fees and shipping, I get $9.14. Sold a few hats. This is a Dutch Bros Oregon State Beavers hat. I paid 25 cents for this hat, and it sold for $13, free shipping. The buyer is all in at $14.03, and after fees and shipping, I get $5.22. This is a New Era Monster Energy Drink hat. Actually, I like this kind of mesh style. I don't know, not sure exactly what model this is, but it's a cool. I'd like to get one of these hats, a different, not Monster, but something else, but with this kind of mesh style. But these Monster Energy hats can sell pretty good. I would look them up. I paid about 25 cents for this hat, and it sold for $30 plus shipping. The buyer is all in at $38.28, and after fees and shipping, I get $26.42. And this Morgan Wallen red, white, and blue hat. There was only one of these I saw, and it sold with one bid for like $90. So I thought it was pretty rare. I listed mine for I think around 50 or 60. And then I looked on his website, and he sells them for 25 bucks. So I took an offer of $20. I paid 30 cents for this hat, and it sold for $20 plus shipping. The buyer is all in at $28.33, and after fees and shipping, I get $17.64. This is a Smith's Workshop flannel. It's got some distressing to it. It's like some lined with something to keep you warm. This took a while to sell. Paid $1 for it, and it sold for $11.50 plus shipping. The buyer is all in at $25.73, and after fees and shipping, I get $12.67. So this pair of Duluth Trading Flex Ballroom khakis. These probably aren't the best size. They are a 44 by 34, but somebody got rid of their whole wardrobe because there was like 10 pairs of these. This brand of pants, different models, different colors, all the same size. I paid $2.65 for these pants, and they sold for $16.99 plus shipping. The buyer is all in at $33.80, and after fees and shipping, I get $19.82. A pair of Levi's 569s. I paid $2.40 for these, and they sold for $15 plus shipping. The buyer is all in at $24.96, and after fees and shipping, I get $10.29. This is a vintage REI Gore-Tex. I don't know if you can see it. Gore-Tex jacket, made in USA. This took a while to sell. I had it listed for $100 for a while. Probably had this for a year and a half. Paid $10 for it and sold it for $60, free shipping. The buyer is all in at $63.60, and after fees and shipping, I get $34.71. Sold this 1993 Trendmasters pumpkin. I paid 85 cents for this pumpkin, and it sold for $19.99 plus shipping. The buyer is all in at $37.33, and after fees and shipping, I get $14.07. So today's Tuesday. Last Friday, I left work early because I had all my hours for the pay period, and I went thrifting, and I was waiting for a bin to come out. It came out. It didn't look like nothing jumped out at me, but over on the other side I saw a PlayStation hat. It was just the PlayStation logo on the inside of the hat, so I'm like, oh, let me go around and see what that hat is. So there was I think only one person over there. As I go around, they push in the last bin, and it is full of vintage G.I. Joes. And so I turned right in my tracks right there as it was coming around, started digging in it. I think I only got maybe 25, maybe 30% of what was in there. There was two other guys grabbing stuff, but they had all kinds of the big jets and tanks and all kinds of stuff. And I started listing these today and already sold some. So I have a lot of figures, a lot of like accessories and parts, and then some other individual parts. If things were selling for around $12 or up by themselves, I listed those alone. And then other things I lotted up. I probably should just lotted more things up, but stuff's moving. So this guy, I only paid 5 cents for this guy, and it sold for $20 plus shipping. The buyer is all in at $27.16, and after fees and shipping, I get $17.53. And I sold this lot of, I believe it's 14 figures, and then like a couple spare pairs of legs or something, and a couple of like helmets. It's a whole lot of figures. I paid $1.10 for all these figures, and they sold for $60 plus shipping. The buyer is all in at $70.25, and after fees and shipping, I get $50.89. So yeah, today was one of those days at work where I was like, I just want to be home listing stuff. I actually listed this G.I. Joe stuff today because I listed I think 12 items today instead of just 5, so I wanted to get this stuff listed. It was just so cool. On Friday I didn't even go through clothes because I found some decent shoes, and then a IKEA bag full of G.I. Joes, and so I was like super hyped and like, I just want to go home and go through this. But this week I have Thursday and Friday off, so I'm going to go thrifting Thursday and stock up on some things. I have my off days at work where I'm like, I don't want to be here, I should just walk out and not come back. But I've said this before, I make a good amount of money there, but I do think I can make a full-time living reselling. I would like to do reselling this full-time, but right now having my income and this extra reselling income, even though it's not going to be as high as it could be if I did it full-time, it's nice to have both that coming in right now, because we're about a year into this new house that we're in, and we owe a lot of money on it, so it's nice to, I'm using my eBay right now to chip away a lot of that. I think I'm going to bump up my listings from 5 to 10 here on out, and just go with that and see how it goes instead of just slowly going 6 and 7. I want to increase my sales and gotta increase my listings to help do that. I do kind of fear going full-time because I mean, for one, right, you never know how much you're gonna make. Granted, I could get fired at any time at my work. It's not set in stone that I'm gonna be there forever. But as long as I'm there for whatever hour I'm there, I'm going to get a base amount of money. I can put hours into reselling and not sell anything if I'm listing horrible items. And I can get some overtime at work, but there's only so many hours I want to be there and have to deal with that. With reselling, I can make who knows how much money. With reselling, I can just list and might have a few items that are worth a couple $100 and make a good amount there. But then I have days like today at work, and I'm like, that's what I want to do. I want to be at home and control my own destiny, my own schedule, things like that. Anyways, let me know down below if you're full-time, if you're making changes to become full-time, if you even want to be full-time, if you like doing it part-time. I don't know why. I should be satisfied with my job. It's more money than I thought I would ever make. It's not 100 grand or anything. But growing up, how I grew up and where I grew up, like I already make more money than my dad. He's about to retire, and he's worked at the same place my whole life. I grew up broke in apartments with cockroaches and just all kinds of bad neighborhoods, and I didn't live in a house until I bought my first house. So that alone, I exceeded any expectation of my life there. Got married, healthy kids, thank you Lord. I was able to buy a house, and when it was just my wife and I working just normal jobs. So by the time I was 22, I was married with kids and bought a house, and that was more than I thought I was ever going to get out of life. But now, as I'm seeing my kids grow, and I'm like, I want to set them up really well, not just hand them money or anything. But I don't want, like, my oldest, it's her last year of high school, and I'm like, and she wants to go to college. She wants to be a teacher right now. We'll see. And I'm like, what? Like I'm not pushing you to go to college. You can stay here and you can wait, and I'd rather you start a business or work on your art or whatever you want to do and try to make your own thing instead of going to work for somebody else. So I don't want you to be 35 like me and being like I'm tired of this, and trying to start from scratch there. Anyways, that's my ramble for the day. Let's break down these sales, see how much I really made. See if I can go full time yet. So with those items, I have a total sales of $370.52. After fees, I'm left with $232.53, minus the cost of goods, which was $22.10, and that leaves me with $210.43. Take away 25% for taxes, which is $52.60, and that leaves me with $157.83. Put 20% back into the business, which is $31.56, and that leaves me with $126.27. There's about 3 hours worth of work, so after all the fees and everything are taken out, I'm left with an hourly rate of $42.09. Thanks for watching, I really appreciate it. Catch you on the next one. God bless. Peace. Cutting in here real quick, this was not my planned topic for the video. I just saw Dave's video and thought it'd be funny to use the thumbnail. Before watching all of Dave's videos, as soon as he put up that comment where the guy was saying how long it took to ship, I thought that was crazy. At the very most, it would take 10 minutes per item, I think, to pull the item and pack it. When I calculate my time to try to figure out my hourly rate for the items I sold, I give 5 minutes for shipping. I do 15 minutes total, 10 minutes between sourcing and listing, and then 5 minutes to ship. So I have about 15 minutes worth of work per item that I sell. I can say for me personally, I have not made $50,000 a year net reselling. I haven't even made that gross. I've made, I think, 32,000 gross was my highest last year, I believe it was. But I also have not put in 20 hours. The last 2 years I think I said I would always say about 10 hours, but I think really it was probably a little bit less than that because I was not consistent with daily listing or anything like that. Even most of this year I wasn't consistent with daily listing. I just started that about a month and a half ago. And this year I think will be similar to the last few years where my gross will be around 32,000, and that means net, true net after paying taxes and investing money back into the business, probably be around $10,000. Who can use an extra $10,000 a year? That's great money. Now next year I have a goal of putting $30,000 in my pocket because I'm listing daily. I think that'll help the algorithm and help me sell more items. I'm starting to cross list a little bit. Still haven't sold anything, but I want to get used to Mercari before I do the full-on move with all my items. That will increase my sales as well, I believe. Because of my daily listing, my 90-day total has been going up, and I think I can do it. If I was forced to do it, I would make it happen. I know I would. And jobs are always there. You can always go back to a job. It's just hard to make that leap, especially I have a lot of responsibilities. I know a lot of people do, so that's not an excuse, but I it's hard to think if something happened that it was my fault that I didn't provide for my family. And right now we could use both my work income and the side reselling income. Now if I sold full time though, would I make more than both of that combined? Only time will tell. So do I think Kevin, the Commonwealth picker, flipper, auctioneer is correct? Yeah, I think it's possible to make $50K. I just personally haven't done it yet. Again, I haven't put 20 hours a week in consistently, maybe even at all. And Dave showed how long it takes to really package an item, so I don't know where that comes from. On a similar topic, I do think you need a SKU system to keep track of your orders. At least I do. It helps me a lot, and it makes pulling orders a lot quicker, and that saves time with, I think that's part of shipping, is pulling the orders too. It's part of the shipping time. Alright, now the video is really over. Peace.